been growing my hair out for the past like 3 years, and I'm only on like 2 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 4C hair, low porosity, I'm pretty sure. I have cornrows. And how long should I keep my cornrows in for?
So is it just that question of just like how long you should keep them in, or are you trying to just grow out your hair in general and trying to get past that 2 inch mark?
Well, both really.
Okay, so let's tackle the cornrows question first, and then we could go into everything else and see if we could fix your routine up, right? So basically what I like to do when it comes to cornrows is I keep them in for anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks, and then I'll take them out, leave my hair out for another 2 to 3 weeks, so my hair will be in the afro state. And then I'll consider getting a different style. Otherwise, if you're getting cornrows back to back, then you're gonna have stuff like tractional alopecia, like it's gonna be pulling back your hairline. It's gonna be a lot of crown breakage and stuff. So that would be the advice I'd give to you in terms of how long to keep your cornrows in. The area where people go wrong is how they take care of their cornrows. They assume that just because your cornrows are in, that you don't have to do anything to your hair and your hair will grow. Kind of true, kind of not true. Because if you don't take care of your scalp, if you just kind of abandon it for those 3 to 4 weeks, your hair will be very, very dry. So when you take out those cornrows, your hair is gonna break off. And then you're gonna lose that progress that you just gained. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we talk about like how to fix that whole growth situation, okay? What's your routine usually look like for the past like 3 years?
And I rinse my hair like pretty much every day.
Mhm.
And I to give it level, because I've literally seen one of your videos, like you said, you shouldn't comb your hair because it like breaks off the ends and etc. So to give it level, I just like, I don't know how to explain it. I just use my fingers and then go like up, like if that makes any sense.
So you should just like lifting the hair off your scalp kind of thing? Like this type of
Yeah.
motion? Is that what you're doing? Okay. And that's what you do like every day?
Yeah, and I put oil every day too.
Okay. What type of products do you use?
I used Black Castor for a while, and it actually helps so much. Right now, I'm using like, it's this thing that my auntie made, but I don't actually know what it's called. It's like some pomade type of thing.
Real quick, do you want a free guide to help you grow your hair? Because if so, great, because I want to give it to you. I made a list of the 6 biggest mistakes that are killing your hair growth right now. So if you want to see some actual progress in your hair journey, go down below in the description, click the link, and download it. It's completely free, free 99. Back to the video.
Okay. First thing that jumps out to me, number one, this is a breakage issue. It's not the case that your hair is not growing. For the majority of the people, I will say 99% of people, it's not a growth problem. It's not the fact that your hair is not growing out of your scalp. It's that you're breaking off that progress faster than it grows. You said that you weaned back on like picking out your hair. I think that's a good step in the right direction. What I would say is I don't think that you're moisturizing your hair well enough. And I think that there's a misconception that we have on oils. Right? So oils don't actually moisturize your hair. They actually seal moisture. So moisturizing your hair is a 2-step process. You hydrate the hair and then you seal that moisture inside. So if you were to think of it like a bucket, right? You're trying to put water into that bucket and seal the bucket closed so that that water doesn't escape. What you're doing every day is you're just putting a bigger and bigger seal on that bucket so no water can actually get into your hair. So the first thing that we want to change is on the day that you shampoo your hair, I want you to do something called the LCO method. Have you ever heard of that before?
Never.
Okay, so basically it's a moisturization technique. In the simplest terms, you're just adding products in layers. Like 1 product, 2 product, 3 product, okay? L stands for liquid. So this is usually water. You said you're low porosity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for you, it might be water or it could be like a very light leave-in conditioner. So that's the L, liquid. C stands for cream. So this could be a curl cream or something that's a little heavier than the first step. For example, this could be like you use water only, then you use a curl cream. Or you use a very light leave-in conditioner, then you use a heavier like cream, custard, jelly or something, okay? Then the last step, the O, is oil. This is where you seal moisture in. This could be shea butter, this could be jojoba oil, castor oil, whatever. I would advise when it comes to low porosity hair, you probably don't have to focus on sealing as much. So you could use a very light oil, like maybe something like grapeseed oil, for example. What this would look like for you is for your routine, you'll use a leave-in conditioner, curl cream, light oil. And that's how you would moisturize your hair. Every other day throughout the week, instead of you applying oil to your hair, you're gonna get a spray bottle, mix in a little bit of water and a little bit of leave-in conditioner, shake it up, and you'll spray your hair whenever it feels dry. Those are the first like quick wins I think you should get under your belt. Does that make sense?
Yeah,